on the Everett Ellison show. These black preachers are wilding, man. We came out and told the truth on them, and they just showing out. We're going to talk about some of the stuff they've been talking about today on the Everett Ellison show. All right, let's get this thing started. As I told y'all last week, a hit dog a holler. Man, these black preachers must have got hit real hard last week because these jokers squalling like a bunch of schoolyard sissies. I'm going to tell you something. It's weird, man, because, you know, I smoked them out. See, y'all just think I be up here just screaming and yelling, acting a fool. No. There's always a plan. Like I told you, I got a big brain, right? It's always working in ways a lot of people can't see. I'm playing like I'm 5 steps ahead of all them stupid, ignorant black preachers. Let me tell you what I did to them. See, I read my Bible and I know the nature of Jesus Christ. Meek, lowly. Lord, forgive them for they know not what they do. Don't give if they mean to you, be kind to them. Slap to turn the other cheek, all of that. Not these Negroes. These suckers like they hoodlum thugs, man. Calling jokers out to fight, name calling up in the pulpit. I mean, they just straight up crazy. But that's how hoodlums and thugs and non-Christian preachers act. So, okay, you walk up like a dude like me. I'm a layman. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a preacher. And if I would, believe me, I wouldn't be nothing like these no good jokers in the pulpit right now. And I ain't talking about all of them. Don't just say Vince Ellison said all black preachers are no good. I didn't say that. I've never said that. I never will say that. I'll say about 95% of black preachers are no good. Is that good enough for you? And I think that's generous. But let me tell you what's going on here. Okay. If somebody rolled up to you and said to you, yo, man, there are people out there castrating little boys and cutting off the breasts of little girls and, putting pornography in libraries so children can read it and, and killing babies after they're born and putting dope on the street and fentanyl on the street and sex trafficking children. And I know who that sucker is. You're going to say, point him out to me. I want to go take him out. You remember that Bible? When Nathan walked up to David after he had got Uriah killed and slept with Bathsheba, Nathan comes in and tells David, got a story for you. Y'all know the story. One man had all the sheep he wanted, and this woman had one little ewe lamb. And the man with all the sheep came and killed this man and took his one ewe lamb. What is your verdict? David said, I'm going to take that man, I'm going to kill him. Who is the man? Nathan said, thou art the man. Well, that was me, y'all. I'm saying to them Negroes, thou art the man. I came up to you and I said, there are people out there castrating little boys, calling them little girls, giving double mastectomies to little girls and calling them little boys. They're allowing men in women's bathrooms, men in women's locker rooms, showering with your daughters, going into the bathrooms, watching your wife and your daughter urinate. I told you that. I told you that there are jokers out there who are performing sex change operations on minor children. Yeah, I told you. 9-month abortion, perinatal abortion, killing children after they're born. I told you about it. Running God out of the schools. Drag queen story hour, porn in the libraries. Open borders. Taking prayer out of the public square. God out of the public square. I told these black preachers about it, and what did they do? I want you to watch it.
I feel bad for them coons in the White House who are in there tap dancing for massa, wearing bow ties, shinning and grinding, laughing like nothing is funny. Get out of there, Negro!
Is the black church's position over women having authority over their own bodies? Jesus said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If you let me in, I'll come in. What is that, Pastor Bryant? That's pro-choice. Says, I'm not coming in and telling you what to do. You have to make a decision. The government, which is a democracy, is now trying to operate as a theocracy. that says, if you do not fall in line with what Sunday school tells me,
Right.
then it's illegal, and that is not really the clarion call of the Bible.
Yeah, name calling, shystering, hucking, calling me and others like me out of my name, not the people that are doing it. They didn't say this, who's doing it? And I said, thou art the man. They already knew they were the man. And what did David do when Nathan told him? David went and he kneeled down in sackcloth and ashes. He asked for forgiveness, prayed, changed his ways. Oh, not these guys. Pride. They were the Sanhedrin. When they brought the blind man before them, said, where'd your sight come from? And he told them about Jesus. Instead of them jokers saying, well, you guys, we found the Messiah, they said, he has got to go. Whenever they heard about the miracle of Christ, they really sought to kill him after that. See that? They didn't say, hey, man, we need to change our ways. Okay, the Messiah's here. We've been talking about the Messiah. I'm not saying I'm a Messiah, okay? We're not talking about that. We're talking about how people are supposed to respond to truth. Unless you're a part of the crime syndicate. And that's where that is. These jokers are part of the crime syndicate. This is why they're angry. You call them out, as Christ did the Sanhedrin and the Sadducees and the Pharisees, and the children of Israel were concerned about why they were having so many problems. And Christ said, your problem is them jokers right over there. Instead of them saying, Lord, we the problem, we got to change our ways. Instead, what they do? They start to kill him. You know why? Because they knew they were the problem. They knew Jesus was telling the truth on them. He told the people who they were. They didn't try to argue that point. They just said, kill him. Take him out. So you see how I played 5-layer chess with these morons? Smoked them out. Knowing that when I started messing with their gravy train, that the ones who didn't know and the ones that were going to get better and the ones that understood, that didn't understand what was going on, was going to say, Lord, have mercy, Vince. Thanks for telling me. I didn't know this was going on. Oh, God, I appreciate it. Da, 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 da. And there were some that have. You can read my comments and you'll find them. Thank you for opening my eyes. I did not know. Thank you for telling me. Thank you. And then there are the other ones. He a coon. He a liar. Working for the white man. But they never ever come and debate me on substance and say, we're not doing that. We're not supporting a party that castrate little boys and call them little girls. We're not supporting 9-month abortion. We're not supporting taking God out of the public square and out of the public schools. We're not supporting drag queen story. They don't say that, do they? You know why? Because they support all of it. Well, you better be glad that Jesus Christ speaks to my heart. Because if he didn't, I'd catch all your last one of them neck girls and beat the hell out of them. I just say like 3 days after we can find each one of them coming out to church and just start waylaying on them. You know they can't fight because they punks. They like to talk. And you can look at the clothes they wear and say they ain't got no manhood about them. Bunch of sissies. And all they got no men in the churches because want no real man follow behind a sissy. You got sissy men and women following behind a sissy preacher, a bisexual preacher that probably grab his ankles and carry grease with him everywhere you go. That's who they are. Walking around, standing up in the pulpit, trying to get people to believe that God would have supported LGBTQ and men marrying men. You know why? Because that's what you do. Yeah, you know better than that. God sure is good, man. Man, I tell you what, God let me. Lightning bolts, baby. Boo, 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 boo. But you know what? God is playing 100-layer chess. His sheep will hear his voice. And the people who have him in their heart will listen to that stuff and say, man, that's a lie. Somebody walked up to me and said, hey, Vince, yeah, your daddy said that gay marriage is okay. I said, my daddy? Yeah. Everett Ellison? Yeah. Man, you telling a damn lie. No. I know him too well. Your daddy said that stealing from your neighbor is okay and keeping it for yourself. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say it. Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. Your daddy said killing children is okay. No, he didn't, man. You lying on my daddy. My brother came and told me, man, why you lying on daddy like that? Your daddy didn't say that. So these people that go to these black churches, or any of these churches, these rainbow churches, Black Lives Matter churches, and you go up there and you hear your preacher talking this stuff about Jesus Christ, and you don't say, man, that is some bull crap. I know God. I know Jesus. He speaks to my heart, and you're lying. Oh, but when you see them jumping and shouting and tap dancing in the church, and you say, and then go give him some money, you say, yeah, I know where you going, player. I know. As I said before, people that say, I was watching this thing one time. I don't know why I was watching this stupid stuff. I think it's one of those celebrity shows where they're trying to, you know, fat celebrities, and they're trying to get them to lose weight. I don't know, the Biggest Loser, one of them. Well, they had a bunch of fat celebrities on there, and they had them running up and down hills and then all this kind of stuff. And then at the end of it, they worked all day long. They had them doing all kind of stuff. And at the end, they put them in a room with all kind of food. Anything they wanted, from healthy stuff to, you know, cakes and fried chicken and whatnot. I just remember that Bobby Brown was one of the contestants, right? And you know Bobby Brown ain't never been no good. So they put him in there, and they didn't know they were hidden cameras. And the doctor and the nutritionist and stuff were watching to see what decisions they'd make. And some of them did quite well. They came in and they got the broccoli and they got the celery and they got salads and went to their rooms. But any of them jokers in there like Bobby Brown. Had no impulse control whatsoever. Them jokers just piling up the chicken and pork chops and gravy and just eating. And so he sat down with them the next day and said, let me show you what decisions you made. And they had to sit back and watch what they did. And he said, everything that we did that day, you didn't just destroy it. You added calories. And this is why you're in the shape that you're in. I said all that to say that this is what's going on in the church right now. They got all these shyster preachers out there, and they got the good ones. And God is going to watch you to see what you go to. And that is going to decide the type of person that you are. You're going to decide for yourself. These guys are going to be out there, just like the crackers on the street right now, just like the prostitution is on the street right now, the heroin is on the street right now, the illegal guns are on the street, and you got a choice to either live a good, exemplary, law-abiding life or go out there and get involved in that crap. It talks about who you are. Who you are. This guy from Rock Group said that he was in the 70s. He went on a tour. They was a big rock group. I'm not going to call their name, but they had sponsored this tour for him, and they promised them that if, you know, they did the tour, they get $100,000 a piece, like a 30-city tour. And $100,000 back in the 70s was like maybe, you know, $500,000-$600,000 now. So they didn't have to do anything. They just had to just show up and sing. The roadies and the buses and the venues and everything were all set up. So this guy said they went and did the tour. He said he got back home, they gave him $100,000, and in less than a month he had shot it all up in heroin. His other bandmate bought some condominiums. Started buying real estate. Both of them sitting there, Cain and Abel. One took the money, invested it, condominiums. One took the money, shot up in heroin. This is the church right now. You got two types of preachers out there. And ain't no in between with this one, y'all. Either the one sent by God or the one sent by Satan. It is no in between. You can't be in between that. Either God sent you or he didn't. And if God didn't send you, you're with Satan. And these satanic preachers are all tied up with the Democratic Party. a party of perverts, liars, psychopaths, anti-Christian bigots, thugs, hoes, and rappers. The evilest institution in the history of the world. Party of slavery from 1800 to 1860. Part of the Confederacy from 1860 to 1865. The party of Jim Crow from 1865 to 1965. Now the party of transgenderism, murder, terrible schools, open borders, war, poverty. Everywhere they rule. And they got a bunch of ghetto churches and ghetto preachers with storefronts all up and down. And they can only support themselves if you support them. It's time for you to cut them suckers loose. They've been exposed. Ignorance now is an option. And if you're with them, it's because you're just like them. So all good Christians, if that sucker's affiliated with the Democratic Party, cut him loose. Watch him in his pulpit. Watch him how he attacks the people that tell you the truth. The name calling, the screaming, the yelling, the put downs. Supposed to be a man of God. But then you scream and yell and put down, man, I ain't in no pulpit. I'm not in a pulpit. In the pulpit, you're supposed to show the character of God. You're speaking for him. When you come down in them streets, maybe you're speaking for somebody else. When you walk up those steps into that pulpit, you're speaking for God. You represent him. And these people are terrible representatives. My people, they said my people perish for a lack of knowledge. You don't have a lack of knowledge. You know exactly what you're doing. And you're going to either be rewarded or you're going to be punished. It is up to you. But me, I'm the watchman. And my Bible says if I'm the watchman and I tell you and I don't tell you, the blood is on my hands. But if I tell you and you do not respond, the blood is on yours. The blood is on your hands. My hands are clean. You know why? Because I am here to wake you up. I hope I did you some good today. So join me again for another edition of the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, friends, Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website. And on my website, you're going to see a lot of great stuff, man. You're going to see that we got t-shirts, we got caps. You got my books, my documentaries. You got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new t-shirts. We're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it. Make it number one. If you got my first three, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good. And it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We can no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the t-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.